Hey Rovers, we are underway on the Patapsco River, en route to the Magothy River, where we're going to find a little anchorage behind Dobson Island. I believe that's correct. It's about 12 to 14 miles from where I was in Bear Creek, and I'll explain why I'm going there after I get there. But right now, behind me, I doubt you can see it because we've got a bit of fog, and it's quite a distance, is what used to be the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which came to that tragic end not that long ago. Anyway, I've got a passage to make. Time to crack on. The Wave Rover 650, a design based on my solo ocean crossings. There we go. I don't know if you could see that, but we're about half throttle on the engine and we're doing 6.1 knots. We're probably getting a boost of about 1.5 knots from the current. Magothy River. Look up forward, just up there, you can see the red and green day marks, and that marks the channel. And we're going to take the channel in because it's nice and safe, and we have a great big sort of spit that goes off toward the channel. So we're going to give that a miss. So we're in probably 1.8 to 2 meters of water right now. So we're just turning into the channel right now. Nice easy turn. Just an absolutely gorgeous area. See, there's a marina over there, but that's the last thing we want. We want a nice quiet anchorage, place where we can put our head together. It's hard to find a day mark that doesn't have some sort of bird in it, and I think that's a bald eagle because it looks like a white head from a very large bird. So this is Gibbons Island, and it just has a huge amount of huge mansions. I suspect there's a lot of wealth on Gibbons Island. And again, we're not going there. That was the plan at the beginning of the day, but then I was told that Dobbins Island, which is just right up here, is a much better spot, really. Oh my goodness. That was impressive. There we go. Nice. Sorry about that. So that was the day mark we just rounded, and this is Dobbins Island, and this is the anchorage, and it looks like we have another sailboat at the anchorage. So we're just going to check it out and then find a spot. Wow, that was a close call. Well, Rovers, we're in about 10 feet of water. We have 60 feet of road out, and that's because that's my standard that I carry on deck, ready to go at any time. So, I could shorten it a bit because it's going to be light wind overnight, but if I shortened it, I would shorten it probably to 5 to 1. So, no real need to, an extra 10 feet of road. Well, this is just one of the most beautiful anchorages I've ever been to. You've got to see this. Just look at this. We're about, it doesn't look like it, but we're 300 feet from the beach. And we could be within 200 feet. We could cover 2/3 of that distance and still have water under our keel. And the bird life is amazing. And I only saw one house, which is tucked in behind the trees up on the high spot of the island. Apart from that, I suspect this is a bird sanctuary. And you can hear that, just water lapping and bird song. And the only other person is just over here. I have another sailboat, and again, they're about 300 feet away from me in quite deep water. Turned out to be a beautiful day. Look at this blue sky. Yeah, great first day, great dip back in the water, great day to set out. Well, this is the first anchorage of the year, the first sunset at the first anchorage of the year. Let me show it to you. Just another thing of beauty. Nice gaggle of geese just swimming by. Just been a perfect day. Well, good morning, Rovers. A beautiful sunrise. We're off to Annapolis today. It's about 14 miles. I'll show you that on the chart in a moment, but here, take a look at this sunrise. And of course, it's another very, very still day. The flock of geese that are over on the beach have been awake for a few hours. And they're very, very busy. They've got business. And I think they are just about at the point where they're hatching out. So there's a lot of, aggression of some sort. Anyway, I've got things to do. Time to crack on with a little breakfast, then get Wave Rover ready to head to sea. Well, Rovers, it was a really pleasant time being at this anchorage, but getting to this anchorage was important to me for a few reasons. Number one is when you're ashore for as long as I was, 4 months or 5 months, it's important to get to sea in a nice controlled way, and that's what this anchorage was, to get your head back in seamanship, because when you're in a refit and you're redoing a lot of the systems on Wave Rover, your head is in that game and you're really focused on it, and you're not focused on the important things of sailing and seamanship. And that's why to just make that cut from the boatyard and get to sea and just immerse yourself back into it, well, it's like a tonic, really. And cooking your first meal back on board, and sleeping your first night back on board, and dealing with the anchor first night on board. And well, like I've already mentioned, I'm on my way to Annapolis right now, but really, if I hadn't already made a firm commitment that I'd be there this afternoon, I'd love to spend another couple of days here. It's absolutely pleasant. I really enjoy it. The bird life is amazing, and these guys start up, probably an hour before sunrise. But it's pretty amazing. They fly right past the boat. I didn't have the camera, but one of the things that happened was I think it was probably two male geese. They were fighting with each other, and they started flying away from the island, and they flew right past my stern, only about 3 or 4 feet off the water. And the lead one was trying to get away. The one following actually had the tail feathers in its beak as the other one was flying away. Amazing. So I won't keep philosophizing about this, but important, if you can, get yourself out to an anchorage, get your head in the game, and then you can start hoisting sail and getting underway. Okay, let's do our little nav briefing. So this is the Atlantic Ocean, and this is Chesapeake Bay all along here. The red triangle right here, that's Wave Rover. So let's expand out. So Baltimore, that's where we left from. We're now here on the Magothy River, and we're heading just to this next river right here. This is the Severn River, and Annapolis is located pretty much where you see all these boats here. And we're headed to this corner right here. So let's just expand back out, or whatever you might say. And so we'll be coming out from behind the island we're at. And we have two options. We can either go around the shallows, but we'll just carry on and head out this way and then head straight out. We've got a channel here that we'll follow and get ourselves into the bay. And the only thing we have to be a little concerned about is the Big Bay Bridge. So that's right here. And we'll be pretty much coming at this point, I think. You know, I'll read it when I get there. And then we've got plenty of water to sail in to get into here. Now, the current changes at 9 o'clock. It's now 8:46, so we expect to have a current with us, which will add about 3/4 of a knot, maybe 1 knot at the peak if we're still out there, and that'll assist us as we're going out, and then as we're coming in, it'll be working against us, but it'll be diminishing at that point as well. All right, that's the nav brief. Now, time to weigh anchor. Ironically, the wind died. You can see it's glass again. I mean, 10 minutes ago it looked like I had enough to sail off the anchor and then just evaporated. Well, I'm alongside now at the Severn Sailing Association, which is Andy. Andy's the fellow who designed Wave Rover. He's a member here, and he arranged for me to spend a couple of nights. The facilities are really for racing boats because Andy races a Soling, and there's a big international regatta tomorrow, so I'll be here to cheer Andy on. Well, there's Wave Rover. She cleans up pretty nicely. Now it looks like I'll be moving again, third time, to as this slip is spoken for, and I'll be heading back to slip right over here as soon as these Solings clear. They're just about to head off on their first regatta. Underway and making way. As always, Rovers, thanks for watching and forge your own adventure.